Good afternoon. You're watching A New Wave Being, hosted by Avatar Galextra with Andraggon on Facebook Live. Our problem today is what has been taking place through the governments on both sides of the United States and in Canada. The United States government has tormented and tortured me all through my life in the United States. They also killed, using Mr. Trump and Mr. Trudeau, they killed my 5 members of my family, probably 7. I do not know if I have any more family alive in my country, and I need to go and visit my country and to see if with my family, to see if they're okay, who is alive, who is not. I mean, this is my family. These people have killed, and they don't seem to care whether or not I go to my country to find out which ones are alive and which ones are dead. I do know 5 members are dead already. However, my problem is that the United States owes me money for what they have done to my family. They said they would pay, and I've been going through decades of waiting, and it's time for me to have this done because they have destroyed my teeth using Mr. Trump and possibly Mr. Trudeau. They've destroyed my face and then turned around and called me old, destroyed my hair and act as if um, I'm something laughable. This is the kind of stuff that we are going through. I'm going through on an everyday basis because now not only Mr. Trump, Mr. Trudeau, possibly Mr. Trudeau, and the United States government, running CNN, running their own broadcast to speak about different things on that show, and they're coming here and attacking us night and day. And this is the kind of stuff that I have been going through now for decades. I would like this insanity to be stopped because your government is making a lot of rules without looking at the rights of other people, only for themselves, and taking advantage, committing crimes, and not even bothering to pay the money that they owe. Now, I have my mouth that I have to fix. I have my body that I have to fix. I have things that I have to do. They're blocking me by telling me that I'm supposed to sit inside of this motel place that we are paying money to stay in, while we're treated like we're supposed to be held like prisoners without having committed any crimes. Now, the government of the United States lied and said that I slept with my little sister. That little sister that they're saying that I slept with or raped is a little baby. She was a baby at the time when she was born, and her mom wanted me to be her godmother because of the fact that I was looking after her kids beautifully, and I did a very good job, even though I was very young. Um, I am very disappointed that I'm in Canada going through the same hell that I went through in the United States. And now the United States had told the Canadian government to treat me like a terrorist. Well, I shouldn't be treated like a terrorist. The government was treating me like a terrorist. They have been doing damage to me and my family, and well, to me actually, and blocking me from being able to do anything. I ended up having to come to Canada, and that's when they shouted that they should treat me like told Canada to treat me like a terrorist. Well, I got married to my husband, and we had our children, and they were taking advantage of my family, our children, making decisions for them that they have no right making. They're still making decisions for us. And what I would like to have done is have my money to go and get my mouth fixed and replace some sort of wig on my head because my hair is not growing because of Mr. Trump chopping it up on an everyday basis.
Destroying the follicles inside.
Yes, and I could hardly speak without damaging my teeth jamming into my mouth because they brought the teeth on the top down to make sure that that happens. They took a tooth from here, bring it over here in front of another tooth, and took the tooth that was next was that left a big space when they moved it here. this left a big space. So they took another tooth from the back here and pushed it to the middle so that it would appear that that's the way I was born and my or grown up, and that's the way my teeth are. But that's not the way they are. The true picture of what my face looked like and my teeth look like is right here. I think maybe I should show you. This is what I looked like before Mr. Trump started abusing my body, even though they were abusing me long before I even knew it. And that was my body. But they started on my face later on. And these are the people who have been attacking and abusing me and our children, um, setting up, raping our daughter, and then lying after they realized that what they did was wrong, and they made an error because I did not sleep with raped any child or anybody. I don't do things like that. I care about people. I've always cared about people. But to see the things that the government did specifically to be maliciously setting me up to be treated like something that I have never been in my life, they're the ones who practice that. They're the culture that some of their cultures have been practicing that kind of behavior. I don't play those games with my children. They came from myself, my husband, and I wanted to make sure that my children were properly trained, properly looked after, and they kept interfering, creating all kinds of problems, terrorizing me night and day at home. And when I go outside to do anything like work or so, I was being terrorized going to and coming from. After a period of time, the different places that I went to um, model and like John Casablanca, international top models. Right now, I'm being attacked inside of my air. This is what they've been doing to try to blind me. You know who's not to blind me, but to block me from being able to hear after a while. The people that have been doing this is the Comos, Governor Como and his brother, and many others who Mr. Trump hired to do this. But the United States have these CNN helping them to do this damage to us here, and they're coming and they're attacking me, and then using technology to tell Mahogany that she wasn't raped, which is not true. Mahogany was raped. She was terrorized. She told us what happened. And now they're using the technology that they use to terrorize and persecute myself, my husband, and try to kill him. Persecuted our son in the school system, block him from being able to look after his little sister who was in the school at 4. And she was literally gang stalked by kids that they sent out there to terrorize our daughter. The government was using the schools at that time, and still are, to do damage to kids that they do not like because they don't like the parents, or the parents may not be doing things that they would like them to do to please them. And this is the kind of stuff that has been going on. And anywhere we go, please excuse me, anywhere we go, they were setting up people to terrorize me, from grocery stores to business places to jobs, anything, everything. Instead of I was succeeding, I was being persecuted to and from, going from home to the work or going from home to try to find a job and getting one sometimes, and then finding myself being discriminated against. You have a government that is just disrespectful to the rights and the lives of other people. And people of African are the worst treated. Now, when this disease came about, according to them, it's not a disease at all. It's something that they're creating. They're putting mucus in their bodies. What is the name of it? Coronavirus.
Yes.
When they started the coronavirus issue, they were terrorizing myself by using Mr. Trump to come and use that same machine with vast capabilities that they weaponize, the 4D technology. You're aware of it. Everyone knows about it. They just pretend they don't know when we're speaking
Everyone
about
in
the
the
problem.
know knows about it.
Yes. And so they use this technology to um, destroy my family by terrorizing me mentally, socially, emotionally. When physically, all parts of my body. Mr. Como and his brother, the governor, are coming here and attacking us night and day, and this has got to stop. They start off in the morning when we get up from the bed. I get up from my bed, and I'm being attacked and abused. They lying and telling Mahogany that she did not, using that same technology, that she did was not raped when they raped her. They thought I raped some other child, which I never did. I could never do that to a child. If
Your
anybody knew
sister?
me very well, they will know one thing: I could never rape anybody. And children off my list could never do that. Also, too, um, I love kids. I could never find myself doing a kid anything that is harmful or degrading or disrespectful, anything that is unfair to anyone. I don't participate in. I fight back when I see that I'm being fought against for no reason, attacked and abused. Set me up wherever I go, modeling agencies, setting up people to tell the people what to do to me and how to treat me and so on. And I was put through hell to the point where they were trying to drive me crazy. That was the United States government doing that. And when I came to Canada, uh, Canada, they told Canada to, as I said, call me a terrorist, treat me like a terrorist. And the Canadian government just treated me like the plague, while they also had the same thing going on here, attacking me and abusing me, terrorizing my children in the school system, terrorizing our daughter in this in two different schools she ended up trying to go to, and finding herself being persecuted, setting up kids to terrorize her. I mean, government doing this kind of stuff to children, ladies and gentlemen. And these are the same people that are bringing people through the what do they call this place, from one country to another,
The border.
the borders, and treating these people badly. Many people are being mistreated, people of color. It's still happening. So please stop acting as if you don't care or don't have no, we have no rights. We do have rights, and you're violating all those rights. And when we try to get a lawyer, their lawyers are cut off from helping us. We want the money that the United States and the Canadian government owes us for the persecution and terrorization that we have been going through night and day in this country, as well as in the United States, for over four
as a
decades
family.
as a family. We would like to have our money because we have not been able to move any further to help ourselves, because they're not paying us the money. They're making playing all kinds of games, and they're blocking us from getting to a lawyer. Whenever they set up a lawyer, they are for us to call and write the number, and we can call them. By the time we get the book to call them, the people are gone. The number is gone. This is what they're doing. Is these are tricks that are played in order so that they could control us. This is something that happened, and it's very different. I saw a dog, a beautiful little dog, in on the place where we listen to what Mr. Trudeau has to say.
Okay.
At that time, Mr. Trudeau was coming. I saw him, but I saw the dog also, and I love puppies. So I was sending a kiss for the puppy. And later on, they acted as if I was interested in Mr. Trudeau and was sending a kiss for him. I couldn't send a kiss to Mr. Trudeau because Mr. Trudeau was not treating me right, was not treating my family properly, and did not seem to care, just like the United States. So, what I am here to do is to, my husband is supposed to have information to send to the different people that know me and that are aware of what is going on. And also for even the ones who don't know me and are not aware, they need to be told and shown what is happening to us inside of this society that has been using every and anything to terrorize and persecute me, and to a point where I am very hurt, very angry, and all they can, what they do is they have a backward thing to do where you're now showing that anger that they wanted you to, so now they can set up people to terrorize you, go after your husband on the television when you're watching some things, or moving through the different stations to see what is going on so you can get information to stop the problems that are taking place. We're not getting those problems stopped. We're getting a lot of prejudices and telling us that we are supposed to do what they tell us to when they are the ones who have been abusing us. It's not their right to tell us what we are supposed to do when they are abusing and terrorizing us for no reason.
Mm.
In every place we go, I want to go back home to my country, take my family with me, and we can decide where we would like to reside, not stay in places that are treating you like you're garbage and that you have no right to things, and they're stealing your clothes, they're stealing your shoes, they're stealing your rights by destroying your hair, by making sure they twist your teeth, remove a few teeth. You have to go and put some other type of teeth in. So
Implants.
implants, and then when you go there, you're finding that you're not getting what you really needed and you're being treated badly in those areas. Everywhere I went to in the United States and in Canada has been terrorizing and persecuting me because the government has set up this kind of scenario to terrorize me wherever I go.
Mm.
What I want is the United States government to pay the money they said that they were going to pay from killing out my family and persecuting me, terrorizing me all of my life in the United States, and the Canadian government run by Mr. Trudeau at this time to pay the money that he owes, and please stop making remarks to the fact that they can control us and take us wherever they want us to go and do with us as they choose. It's not their right. They don't own me. I am a god. I came here to deal with the situations that the society has been practicing against certain nationalities that have been attacked, abused, destroyed, killed. No government has the right to do that. And the government in the United States and in Canada should be put in jail for the kind of criminal acts that they have passed, they have allowed others to do. Recently, yesterday, we went and took a bus to go to travel. And when we took the bus and was coming back home in that bus, the driver told my husband he needs to go on the other side and sit out away from me, and he's not supposed to come together with me to go and buy groceries, that he's supposed to do what they tell him to do, and and only come alone, one or the other.
Mhm.
This is the kind of insanity that we are finding in this society that is robbing us not only of our rights, our dignity, and ourselves to be free, but our rights to be able to speak out publicly about the problems that are being done to us. I did not rape my little sister. She was a baby when I left there, and I don't go after girls. I'm not interested in girls in that way. They are my family. I love them like nobody's business. I would never do harm to them or males, but they have been doing harm to me. And it's time for this kind of insanity to be stopped. I have been treated like the worst thing, and something, I was the best looking thing you could find anywhere at the time when I came here.
Yes.
I was called the source. Um, this place stole the
Radio
name,
Shack.
Radio Shack stole the
Yeah.
name. Then another building opposite, once they heard the name, I think Radio Shack told them where they got it, possibly they stole the name, and they've been using it for themselves. And I'm noticing different businesses are calling themselves the source. Well, they owe me money for using my name without even asking me,
Mhm.
or for me signing a note saying that it's okay for them to use my name. This has been happening now for decades. We want our money, and we want our money without any persecution. We want Mr. Trump and Mr. Trudeau to pay them, not Mr. Trump, the United States government. I don't know about Mr. Trump. He cannot be trusted. And I do not know about a lot of the people that they're using to do damage to us.
Mm.
We want our money from the United States. You owe us 100 billion, according to the Canadian government. They owe us about 100 billion. So what you need to do is give us our money. We would take 20 billion for now, and you can give us the rest right after when you're ready. But right now we have no money, and we cannot live, we cannot eat, we cannot look after our body and have things fixed, because the government is playing all the games that they can to make sure that they humiliate, degrade, and persecute me enough before when I'm ready to die, then they will give somebody else my money. But I need that money. I'm the one that they terrorize and persecuted. I'm the one that is fighting for that money, and I'm the one who have a right to receive it, so that I can give also protect my family by giving them the money that they had a right to, because they raped our daughter. They terrorized her. Mr. Trump has been controlling her, and then they turned around years later to come and tell us that our daughter does not have a right to get the money or something like that.
Well, I have a question to ask you. The 20 billion down payment that you're asking both the American and the Canadian government to each pay to you, what do you intend to do with that money?
With that money, I have people in my culture and other nationalities that are going through a great deal of hell. I want to make sure that they do not go through that kind of problem. I want to make sure that because it's happening to them too. I want to make sure that they have money that they can live on, have their own home, not have to depend on a government that cares nothing about any of us because of a color, even though we are the ones who gave them their lives and the nationality that they have.
Hmm.
We want our lives back, and we want it now. We do not want to wait any further. We've been waiting for decades. It's now time for us to receive our money and get out of this country with these mentally disabled people who don't even know how to think, and only think that they have a right to be able to control people that they don't even know, that they've been using and abusing and terrorizing on an everyday basis 24/7. I raped no one, and that's the God's truth. I have harmed no one, and that's the God's truth. But I have been harmed inside out, left and right, in my dignity, in my lack of ability to fight back. I was terrorized and persecuted, as well as my family, all through this country. It's time for my family to be returned back to their family. I am being called old, even though Mr. Trump packing all kinds of stuff to age me, took out my hair, made sure that it's bald in some places, and these idiots spend their times trying to tell me that I'm old. They're not watching their ugly looking self looking old. I don't call them anything. I could only call them ugly. You know why? Because their behavior is ugly. Their treatment is ugly. They're disrespectful. They're prejudiced like hell. They have no morals. Their dignity is gone. And they want to control you and tell you what you are supposed to do when they don't even know how to control themselves.
True.
I want my money, and I want it now. I want it today. I want the United States to pay that money, put it in the bank, in our bank
account?
In our bank account. And please do us a favor. Don't call me after you're finished. Just give us the money and we will leave you to hell alone. We are out of your country. We want nothing to do with you. We are not going to stay here to be persecuted and terrorized and treated like criminals without having done any criminal acts. They are the criminals. They are the ones who have been doing the damage to our family for no reason other than we are African who gave them their lives, which they destroyed my mouth, destroyed my body by packing my head with mucus, and then trying to set it up so that they can even do the damage to my back, my hips, my feet. And all these people could come up with his age. Somebody ought to show them what they look like as an aged person, and stop manipulating and terrorizing human beings to take their irresponsible, ignorant words and live with that. I do not persecute them. They've been persecuting us.
True.
We want our money. We want out of this insanity, and we want to take our lives out of this world, this country, United States and Canada, and move to where we feel comfortable and safe, where we can live a life where no one is disrespecting me or my family or anybody in the society. And take your Caucasian females and dunk them, because guess what? You're using them like the pawns that they should not be. These are people that are supposed to be beautiful human beings that you are throwing it at other people, African men, forcing them on these men, making them think that they're going to be treated well when they're getting the same bad treatment once they go out to work anywhere else. We need our lives back, and we need it now, not later on. We are not going to be played with. We're not going to sit back and think that you're supposed to be speaking about us and giving us what you're supposed to give us, and you're insulting and degrading us in so many different ways. Number one, I'm not aged and I'm not old. I'm a God, and He did this to me. He did it to me on my hands. He did it to me on my feet. He did it to me when He tried to kill me and call it coronavirus. It's time for the United States and the Canadian government to pay the money today. And we are going to check the bank in about 20 minutes.
It's Sunday, though.
Still could check the bank. There's no problem in putting the money in the bank.
Yes.
But there's no problem in finding out if it's in there.
Yes, yes.
We have been put through the hell that we've been put through. We can go no more. And we want our money, and we want it today. We want to know that it's in the bank, and we want to know that Mr. Trump, Mr. Trudeau, the Kumos, leave us alone. We do not like you. You showed yourself. You showed you're awful people who is so fixed on yourself. You think everybody wants to be with you. And that's the problem I'm seeing in Canada too, with men. Men need to get themselves the type of thinking that shows that they need to stop pushing themselves on other people and then trying to make them, other people believe that they are supposed to be interested in them. And when they're not, then they're insulted and persecuted.
And called all kinds of
unflattering
names.
And Mr. Como and his friends working on CNN, they're the ones who have been literally terrorizing me. Coming inside of here and attacking me in different places. In the womb, in the rectum, different parts of the bodies. Mr. Trump did the knee. He did the bottom of the feet, and all of them were helping out. The only problem is I did not even know it until after a while. I started seeing all that they were doing, see the games that were being played. How can you trust human beings who don't even know how to be respectful of other cultures and think that they're superior to all? And they don't even understand who gave them their lives. And the same people that give them their lives are the ones that they are trying to destroy so that they can stand up and call themselves God without the wisdom. Just like they stole my source. I came here letting them know I was the source.
And the source means what?
The source of knowledge, that they don't even know they have, that they haven't practiced because they were too busy practicing all the evils, robbing people of their rights. Ignorance came about, and suddenly they're superior because they're light-skinned. We could have allowed ourselves to be light like you too. But we wanted you to look different and other nationalities to look different from each other. And you do. I never expected ignorance would come about from it. I never expected evil would be haunting these people. Whether they're Indians, Orientals, Africans, Hispanics. Do you know that I'm mostly Hispanic? They destroyed my hair. My hair was past my waist.
Thick and full.
When my daughter was going to take a picture of it that night, she forgot. She went to get the camera and got lost in having fun. The following night, the same night I went to sleep and got up, Mr. Trump had chopped out most of my hair. I would go outside before that was chopped up, and when I went outside with my hair long, Caucasian people would turn around and say, "That's not your real hair." Well, guess what? Not only was it my real hair, I had long hair since I was born. Our daughter had long hair. They did the same. They chopped up her hair twice. She's a gorgeous looking girl.
Like her mom.
And all the things that they did to her, she still stands out as like a beacon of light. She's a fantastic human being. And she has her dad's looks too. Part her dad, part her mom.
I'm in there someplace.
Yeah. You are, definitely.
Yes.
So what we are saying is this, again, once more. We want our money and we want it now. We are sick and tired of your persecution, your terrorization, your ignorance, your lack of development in areas where you would have behaved much better. You see, lack of development in certain areas that have depth, if you don't have it, if you don't even know you have it, and you haven't practiced it, you walk around like someone who thinks that anybody else who dare to show what they've got is going to treat it like the lowest. That's not right. We're supposed to be there for each other. And every time I speak a nice word to help anybody, not everybody, there's some people that handle it well, I'm persecuted for doing it. And then they walk around thinking, oh, I'm superior to you. I can take your man anytime. Well, this bill was gorgeous. What you see here is what they did to make sure that I don't look gorgeous, because they couldn't handle it. They couldn't handle a beautiful African woman.
Stunning.
And there are many of them.
Radiant.
Not just one.
Magnetic. Beautiful.
And they're being tormented and tortured.
The
African males too. They were killing out the African males freebie.
Still are.
Nobody's putting them in jail. No one is taking them out. Could you see the imbalance?
Injustice.
Could you see the injustice also? Thank you. Could you see the rhetoric that they're forcing on other people and thinking because of a color that they have no rights? I feel like just wiping out the whole race. But I'm not here to do that. I'm here to give them the opportunity to make changes, pay the money, behave responsibly, treat people with dignity. They are capable of, and they can handle it. They're not fools. They're great beings. When you tamper with great beings and you do damage to them, what you see is what you created by how you persecuted and terrorized them. You terrorized our daughter. You gained her mega weight. And she's still a beautiful human being. Look at what you did to me. Destroy all of my hair. This is what I'm left with. I'm still chopping at it. It was bigger than that not too long ago. Every time it grows, he comes and chops it up. Look, this is how short the hair is chopped up. Every time it grows and reaches a certain point, it's gone. Look at what he did. Look at this. This is what he's doing to my hair. This is what he has done. He chopped off my eyebrows, chopped off my eyelashes. I barely have eyelashes now. Put mark, you can see the dark mark underneath my eye. This is what they're trying to say, that may mean that I'm old. And the lines that he put there, I'm old.
Fingernails.
My fingernails. No, when I was younger, I had longer fingernails. They were chopping off Mahogany's fingernails. I didn't even know it. She did not even know it. Well, guess what? Today, I had longer fingernails and they didn't do anything. She ended up with shorter fingernails because they were chopping it off. So they changed things. They started chopping mine off down to the quick. And if you know what it is like to have your fingernails cut down to the quick, what it feels like, it's extremely painful. I have been put through that kind of pain. And what they did when I went to get my implants, breast implants, they made sure they put a large one and hang it down under the arm. The other one was so small that it could only stick there. Tying the veins together and attacking the ligaments and pulling it like a guitar string to terrorize you. Lifting the kneecap in such pain. You're screaming and they don't care. You know why? No one can see them. They're under a 4D technology with vast capabilities. They weaponize that and put all kinds of different areas in it that what they want to do with another person.
They're committing these crimes from inside the fourth dimension, using a technology, a healing, mystical invention created by gods, and using it to attack the Avatar and millions of other human beings from inside the fourth dimension on a daily and nightly basis.
And if that was not enough, you know what they're doing? To add to it, They have people following you around,
Mm-hmm.
terrorizing you in the streets at times.
Human
And
beings.
then they have those who are uncovered, maybe cops or other people, following you wherever you go, treating you like you're going to steal something. They know that we're not going to steal. They know us for long enough to know that we don't steal from people. Yet we are treated like criminals.
They gang stalk us in the
Hmm.
public places.
Exactly. Go ahead, big guy.
Oh, I am listening. I'm listening. I'm very sleep deprived right now. I'm working on the document
We all are.
to sound the alarm.
Because of what is being done. We are trying to get information to see something make sense. And let me tell you something, these people do not have much sense. They do not care about the rights of others. They only care about what they can do to hide, to protect the money that they have and give it to those that they keep giving it to on an everyday basis. While you waiting for your money, they said they will give it to you and nothing comes to you. You're only living on practically nothing to eat. And if it wasn't for this genius and his cook,
Mm.
we would have been eating bread and peanut butter.
We eat 1 meal a day because most of our ODSP money goes to pay the $2,000 rent and the $200 storage cost for us to live in the city
And
of
that's
Niagara
all it
Falls.
takes. It takes everything we have and leave us with practically nothing to eat on.
Yes.
They don't give a damn.
Mm-hmm.
They want to kill us. They've
Yes.
been trying to kill us on an everyday basis. They know about it and they pretend they don't. They know the United States is bringing people here to do damage to me and to my family. They don't care.
Mm.
But yet they want to tell us what we are supposed to do to please them. And if we don't do it, then something is wrong with us, as if we are their puppies, idiots.
Puppets.
And when you speak as strong as I do, suddenly I'm a bad person. Watch her quickly. She could kill.
Too much masculine qualities.
This is what we have been going
Intimidating
through
to men,
all of our lives
especially.
in the United States and now in Canada.
Mm.
Our family, people of our nationality,
Push this back?
do not have any rights.
No.
I'm sorry? No, I don't have to put it back. I want them to see what was done. I want them to see the whole thing, what they have been doing to
Yeah.
our lives. This is the kind of criminal activities that they could get away with. If I did one, I would have been in handcuffs and in jail.
Mm.
These are supposed to be our family members. Oh, you can't tell that.
Mm-hmm.
The kind of prejudice we are seeing moving through the world. You show them love in the right way, they think that you're in love with them and you want to go with them.
The lust
I don't
factor.
play. I'm not a player. I am here seriously to deal with the problems. I came here to make sure that this kind of stuff is stopped so that human beings can live in a way in which all beings can trust each other. All the qualities show publicly to everybody.
Mm.
This is what is supposed to be happening. And for those who jump to the notion that because someone says that I raped a little child, let me tell you this, that little child was my sister. And you know the time I left there? The time when her mother was there and her mother was looking after her and she's a little baby. The mother wanted me to be her godmother because that's my little sister. And even though it's a different mother, I respected her. She is one of the Bush's family. She was killed. She killed herself when my father was killed by the same technology that they were using to have him try to sleep with his own children. He tried to sleep with me, and I got away. That's when I ran out. I would never do that to anyone. I've never done that to anybody, and I never will.
Mm-hmm.
They are the ones who are doing it, and then they're using human beings like us to plant the image on to say that we are the ones who are doing all these bad things. But that's not quite true either. I think they need to start speaking the truth and dealing with things from a platonic point of view where everyone feels safe with speaking to each other. Everyone knows that we're speaking the truth and everyone is aware that what we have to do as human beings in this world to protect and respect the lives of all beings, regardless of what nationality they are, regardless of how much they have. But I'm going to have quite a lot. 1 billion from Canada, 100 billion from the United States, and 100 billion from Canada. And they created the problems for me by killing out my family, robbing me of my right to my destiny, interfering with our children. Can't even get our son right now because we don't know where he is. And they will say, oh, she's old. Why don't they take the stinky old and go and plant themselves in the toilet? Too ignorant, too stupid to know how to behave. I'm disappointed in people. I'm disappointed in the kind of people that are showing the quality, the lack of quality, and thinking that they have a right to do what they want with you because they are better. I'd like to take that better and shove it down there in the toilet. That's how angry they got me. Pay us our money. We will get out of here immediately. Give us all our money so we can leave. We don't like you anyway. You don't know how to treat people
properly.
You only know how to destroy families. You only know how to rape children and then make them feel humiliated for what you did to them, and then lie and tell her to say that she didn't. It wasn't done. It was psychological. Lie. The psychological did not help me. It attacked me in all parts of my body, moving bones like hell, giving me terroristic feelings in my face because they're moving my jaw bones, moving the eye bones, moving my things in my head, putting mucus in my head.
Attacking the cavities
of the brain
to block your memory.
What do you think is going to do to someone that is going through this all of their life practically? What you see is happening to me in how I'm speaking, in the anger that I'm showing. That is not someone who is crazy. It's someone who is being terrorized to the point where they're saying, I am sick and tired of the hell that you put us through. We want it stopped. Pay us our money and we'll get out of your life. Thank you very much. And I'm sorry I had to do that. But this is what it has caused me to become. An angry person who normally would never mistreat anybody or tell the people what I'm telling them. But I had to because they pushed me to do so. They twisted my face, my mouth, and then calling me old. Blessings to you. Have a great day and a great life. And hopefully you will be leaving before the week is up. We want our money and we want it now. We're telling the United States and Canada, this is what we want. We are not interested in how you see us and what you think of us. We think badly of you because you showed your evil. But we do care about all life forms. We're not here to kill. If we were here to kill, a lot would have been wiped out by now. We're not crazy either. Don't think because you pushed us to that point where we are angry enough to tell you what we think and say it in whichever way we want to, does not mean that someone is crazy. I know you would like to get me there, but it's not going to happen. This is a God, not an idiot.
I must add too that the avatars, billions of brother gods and trillions of sister gods who make up the permanent membership of the Committee of Gods, the group that has been serving as the highest authority in existence for thousands of trillions of years, have stated that the amount that they have ordered the government of Canada and the US to pay, $100 billion each in US funds, will be paid and must be paid. And if the Avatar decides to agree to whatever terms that she chooses with these two nations, then they will have to pay the terms that she has decided. In this case, she's asked for $20 billion down payment in US money from America and Canada, those two nations. If this amount is not paid to the Avatar, and listen carefully, Mr. Trump and Mr. Trudeau, and your people governing inside of different political systems, then the Committee of Gods said that they will authorize, in fact, they have authorized Lady Gaia, a senior member of the Committee of Gods, to pull the nations of America and Canada inside the three oceans surrounding Lady Gaia's planet-sized body.
Mm-hmm.
And only the people who are considered innocent children and adults with hearts of gold and the minds of children will be rescued before this catastrophic apocalyptic event takes place. So you see the anger and you hear the pain, the passion being shown to you by the God who identifies herself as the source, meaning that she is the source of creation, the one who brought existence into being and beings into existence, and did so thousands of trillions of years ago. You're seeing her speaking to you as a victim of persecution and terrorization since she arrived here as Lord Jesus inside the body of a newborn baby girl and was attacked at birth by an unseen government criminal working for the American government from inside the fourth dimension who went up to her mother's, went to the maternity ward where her mother and this divine baby were resting, and he put his hand and put his hand over her mouth and nostrils from inside the fourth dimension with the intention of suffocating this divine being to death. She was told, as she's told you, by one of her sister gods, play dead and hold your breath. Since that time, these unseen criminals have been attacking the avatar using the same technology that we've told you as vast fourth dimension capabilities that has been weaponized by the American military, turned into the kind of weapon that allow American agents to attack human beings from
I'm being
inside the
attacked
fourth
right now.
dimension.
Could you believe it?
Mhm.
Yes.
To attack human beings from inside the fourth dimension, terrorize, rape, rob, torture, torment, and more, as they have been doing to the Avatar since she was a baby girl. So, for those of you who are looking and wondering, why is this lady so angry and speaking with so much passion and pain? Because she is your mother. She is the supreme being. She is her divine majesty, the great goddess, who is showing you the pain and suffering that she has been forced to endure a life of living hell all of her lifetime, living as a member of the human race known as Avatar Galextra, spiritual master and master teacher, who is broadcasting her show to you from the YouTube channel in her name. So we want you to know and to remember and to become aware that your creator is among you and she's fighting for your life, fighting for your rights to live your lives without being quarantined inside your homes, without being terrorized, traumatized by a crisis created by the same diabolical beings who are attacking human beings from inside the fourth dimension with this ancient magical healing weapon that has been weaponized by the American military. So we are sounding the alarm and have been doing that for maybe for a while now, along with some of our sister and brother gods who've come and spoken to you on this broadcast.
Mm.
Lord Olden did on November 6th in the show called This Winter Will Be Hell for America and Canada. Empress Taisha spoke on another broadcast recently. Another god, female god, spoke on another broadcast to you about the crimes being committed to the Avatar and her family
Mm.
and other members of the human race and Lady Gaia herself, Mother Earth, Mother Nature, by these people who have stolen this sacred technology that was given telepathically to two members of her who lived, scientists who lived in her birth country of Trinidad and Tobago, and have been using it to terrorize and attack and destroy human beings with the intention of establishing a new kind of world order of the unholy and evil kind across the entire surface of Lady Gaia in this lifetime, and using these deceptive methods and means to create all kinds of crises with intention of killing billions of members of the human race before this new world order is brought to life and imposed on the rest of the human beings who survive these catastrophic crimes being committed against the human race from inside the fourth dimension, people, by agents working for the American government and those who have made themselves lords and masters over the lives, dreams, hopes, and future of not just the human race, but all the other life forms living here today.
Yeah.
So you have a lot to think about because you are now being forced to live as prisoners inside your home, inside your communities, by this virus that they have identified as COVID 19, when in fact it's mucus being infected inside the bodies of millions of human beings today from inside the fourth dimension by people who are wearing cloaks of invisibility created with this weaponized technology that allows them to flash in and out of the fourth dimension and infect and attack the bodies of millions of the members of the human race today and leave their scientists and the experts in different professions to identify this menacing, contagious, threatening, cruel disease as a coronavirus, when in fact it is mucus being used by these human beings inside the fourth dimension with a weapon that, with a sacred healing invention that has been weaponized by the American military to use as the most devastating, destructive, evasive weapon that human beings have had access to and have been using through these governments, American and the Canadian governments, to turn the entire race of human beings into living pawns and human puppets from the cradle to the grave after they established their new world order of the evil kind across the surface of Lady Gaia in the near future. But they will not be allowed to do so because the avatars, billions of brother gods, are extremely angry, and their trillions of sister gods are just as angry and will not allow her children living as members of the human race to be put into a society where they're locked down and imprisoned for the rest of their lives by human beings who've decided that they have the means and the might and the right to use their so-called superior mentality and abilities, especially Caucasian European race, to impose their twisted, shallow, superficial values and views on the rest of humankind. That is all I'm going to say to you at this point in time. The Avatar has spoken with passion, pain, and drama, as she's been forced to do because of what's been done to her around the clock from inside the fourth dimension, people, by a technology that does not belong on this planet and which is thousands of years more advanced than any technology found on this planet today invented by human beings. You've been watching
A New Way of Being, hosted by Avatar Galextra with Andraggon on Facebook Live.
Or
On
we used to
YouTube
be on
Live.
Facebook Live till they block us from broadcasting on Facebook Live. Believe it or
Or
not.
not. So thank you for listening. I wish you all the best. I know I showed my best self, and I know
Fearless
you love it,
and
don't
fearless.
you? Well, it happens when people are terrorized to the point where they could do nothing but what they did.
Mm-hmm.
So I wish you all the best. Don't allow people to teach you how to mistreat others. Those are the things that destroy everyone. And once you start looking at things from a point of view that these are your brothers and sisters, no matter what nationality they are, you will conform to the understanding that you'll belong together. You can work together, you can speak together, you will protect each other together. And that's what it's all about. Not taking advantage and destroying people and robbing them of their rights and devaluing them and killing them when you want to. That's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But on that note, I want to know that all of you are working as brothers and sisters because that's what you are. No one should be taking advantage of one set of people and ignoring them and giving everybody but that look like them everything that they have and leaving those that do not have to continue to suffer for the rest of their lives until they're dead. This is
Mm-hmm.
wrong.
Yeah.
This is something we will not tolerate anymore in the future. But for now, work together, get to know each other, realize that you're a family. When you do that, you'll start treating each other with dignity. When you're respectful and caring towards everybody, they will be respectful and caring towards you. Remember, what goes around comes around. If it's evil, that's what you'll see, and it's happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's good, you're going to find a world that you're living in where everyone is being treated properly. No one is compromised. And instead, the tables are open for everyone to come and sit around, eat food, and speak to each other with dignity. Good luck on your journey.
Mm-hmm.
I wish you all the best and I love you very much. Take care of yourselves and goodbye. Bye bye. Happy Mother's Day. We got that one.
We're still there.
Oh, I wanted to say that's one of the reasons I brought this and show you what I'm going to do.
We're still broadcasting.
Oh,
Happy Mother's Day, huh?
oh,
And to all
thank
your
you very
mothers
much.
out there
Mwah.
and fathers who have wives
Yeah.
and others like that, happy Mother's Day.
Yeah. Blessings to all of you.
Yes?
And good luck on your journey. Don't forget, do the right things, good things that help everybody.